Hello everybody, this is Oxy Scorps, and we're back playing some more Phantasy Star Online Plus Edition. And we're going to be doing some more quests. This time we're going to be doing Journalistic Pursuit. I'm going to be skipping probably a couple quests. They're not really going to affect anything, since one of the quests will allow us to get the Soul Eater, which I mentioned before. And like I said, you're going to have to do certain quests in a particular order. So we're going to be skipping quite a lot. But anyways, we're going to be doing this quest, Journalistic Pursuit, where we have our client here who is Noel, and believe it or not, she is actually a Newman. She is a Hugh Newwheel. Pretty much in the original Phantasy Star, there weren't any female hunter characters. They kind of added them later on in the second edition, or episode 2. And so we have the humans added to the game, which I believe is true. Don't quote me on that. I didn't really play the original Phantasy Star, but I just read up on that. Anyways, this is kind of funny. This security guard's looking for a reporter, and sure enough, she's right there. Just looking around, see if there's anybody else. Not really, so we'll hit planet side, and I'll see you guys once we're there. Alright, so we are planet side. Same area as before, just a little different. We're actually going to be going in a slightly different direction. So yeah, just gonna grab this frame here. Just seeing if there's anything good. Not really. Alright, so we'll leave that frame alone, sell it later. And just gonna go ahead and take out these Boomas while I'm fighting, and we have Noel for our backup. Technically, we're escorting her around the planet and taking her to the central dome, where we will find out some stuff that happened. But anyways, while we're pretty much fighting and running around, and I'm gonna get interrupted by her, but going back to the section IDs, I didn't really go much into that in the previous episodes, but I will in this episode. So pretty much the section IDs, you have several different colors. They are red, blue, yellow, green, orange, purple, viridian, white, pink, and sky, which is pretty much like a light blue. And I believe that's all of them. And we're going to get interrupted right about here. Pretty much she's just talking about the native animals being hostile to us. But anyways, going back to these section IDs, pretty much the section IDs they're not really important right now. They will be slightly later on once we get into the higher levels of the game. There are actually 4 different levels. There is normal mode, which we are playing in right now, hard mode, very hard mode, and ultimate. And spoiler alert, ultimate is very difficult if you are not ready for it. A lot of the enemies have a one-hit kill technique, which is really, really annoying. But anyways, as you progress further and further into some of these levels that are going to be harder, certain monsters will drop items, either weapons frames or whatever. And depending on which section ID you have, it can either be very beneficial or not to your hunter. And what I mean by hunter is just pretty much any class that goes around doing quests. You know, like in Monster Hunter, you have different types of hunters. Same thing here. But you have your basic hunters, which are known as hunters. And I'm kind of confusing, but they pretty much are. Hang on. So let's see, she's pretty much asking us what happened to the resident and more about the hostile animals. But anyways, yeah, you have your basic hunters, which you saw in the very first episode. They are uh, close range weapon masters in a way. Uh, then there's rangers, which are, you know, your guys who will attack things from a distance. Getting my butt kicked by this Giga Booma. Anyways, and then you have your forces, which are pretty much mostly based off of technique and magic. And hey, we leveled up. So yes, so like I said, section 80 not section 80 numbers. There are section 80 numbers usually once you put in your name, whatever number you get will determine your section ID. You can find out more in the link that I'm going to be posting here. If you go to Phantasy Star Online World, there's pretty much a great link and description of stuff. Just backtracking a bit. Let's see, I think we've got everything from over here. Yes, we did. Alright, so turn back around. So let's see, what was I saying? So yeah, going back to section 80, the Viridian is actually pretty decent for a ranger, I think. We find some handguns and a couple of mech guns. My main character, which I will show you guys later on once we get into the ultimate part of this game, he's a ranger and he is a blue foal. And a lot of the stuff that I find aren't really very useful for blue foals. They're mostly useful for a hunter. But I cheated and pretty much created a bunch of different characters. So yeah. So I ended up trading with. Hang on, she's asking about the explosion and how come there's no markings here. So like I was saying, I pretty much cheated and created a bunch of different characters. Hey, Rag Ruppies. These guys have an alternate look to them, which I will go into later on, probably in another quest. But like I was saying before, sorry, constantly getting sidetracked here. I pretty much cheated, and since you can't really play online, you're gonna have to like cheat and create a bunch of different characters and get their section ID numbers. I mean, their section IDs to get certain items. So like I said, I created like, I don't know, this is probably my, I don't know, maybe 16th character. Yeah, I know I have like a lot of them, but mostly just trying to get certain items. And one of them is a force, which I will show you also later on, and she is a green mill. Pretty much that is one of the worst section colors to have for a force, since you're mostly going to be finding ranger weapons. And yeah, so pretty much I traded a bunch of stuff back and forth between some of my characters. But yeah, that's pretty much it about section IDs. There's the transporter to the Forest 2, which we will go into in a little bit. Just gonna take out this Savage Wolf, as well as come back in here, get the items, and move on to the Forest 2. Let's see. Like I mentioned before, there was a rag rappy. We have an alternate form called an all rappy. The only thing is that's different about them is that they are blue instead of yellow, and they have a pretty decent rare drop. And what I mean by rare drop is you can find certain items that you normally wouldn't find. So yeah, we're off to the Forest 2 where we will find the Central Dome. And Noel's just pretty much scared and trying to figure out what's going on. And what happened to all the people from Pioneer 1. Anyways, we're going to be heading in that direction where that little trigger switch was to activate something. And right here we have a place where we can get some free heals. Right in here. Couldn't really show it off right now, but we will in just a bit. So anyways, we are in a new area. This is the Forest 2. Like the first forest, it's kind of small, and there are only two sections here, Forest 1 and Forest 2. However, Forest 2, it is constantly rainy, so bring an umbrella. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, just be careful. The rain's not really going to do anything, it's just an effect here, but looks like Noel just took some damage, so if you bring her back over here and have her run through it, she'll get healed, and her health bar will go back up, and any technique power that she used will also be restored. We'll come back in here, kill these rackies, and get their items. Pretty much all you have to do is just hit them and then hit them again, and they'll trip and drop something. Usually it's better to kill them, or at least stun them, because they'll get back up and run. And then you have to hit them once they're running to get their items. But we're just going to go ahead and hit these gates and get these items that are in here. And pretty much we just triggered some more enemies. Just going to take them out. Pretty much same enemies as before in Forest 1. However, there is a new type of enemy that I think we will see in this episode of the game. I mean this part of the game. If not, we'll see it in a later part. Anyways, got that cleared. Take out these boxes since they are dangerous to us. And get the spoils. Alright, pretty much we're clear. Alright, monofluid. Anyways, this area over here is the central dome. We will be going to investigate that more later on. Just going to be going around again. Okay, I was thinking I need to get healed up, but we're pretty much good. Alright, some more enemies. So, pretty much the same thing as before. Just kill a bunch of enemies to open some gates. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop talking, and if anything interesting happens or anything important, I'll go ahead and speak up again. Almost forgot that. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Alright, so let's see, we have about 30 items in our pack, which is the max amount of items you can have. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip this frame since it's actually a little better, I think. And we're going to use a telepipe and head back to Pioneer 2 and sell off a bunch of stuff. So yeah, pretty much you can go to any of the vendors and sell stuff. It's just seeing if there's anything useful I can take out, which I cannot yet. But we're just going to take out our money and we're going to head over here and we'll sell this frame. And we'll sell this since we already have one. And we're just going to sell off some other stuff. So pretty much just highlight the item and then click sell. There really isn't a fast way to sell items, so this is pretty much the only way you're going to have to do this. Probably keep that saber +3. Or not. There we found some daggers, so they're primarily a hunter weapon. And that's pretty much about all the items we can sell. And we'll go ahead and buy some more items. Buy the antidotes, since we're going to be feeding our mag that. As well as sort automatically, and we'll feed our mag. And we'll higher. You can pretty much feed your mag only 3 times. And we'll buy some more antidotes. But usually once you start running around, your mag will get hungry again, so you can feed it. Just trying to get a certain mag, which you'll see later on. So I took everything out but 10 Macetas, so we're going to run all the way back over here to the hospital. And there we go. We're all fully healed. And usually if you have a party member that is an NPC, they will also get healed up. So you can heal your party for a whopping 10 Macetas. Unfortunately, like I mentioned before, if you're playing with a group of people, that doesn't really quite work out. Each person's going to have to pay 10 Macetas to get healed up. But not bad for being healed up. Like I said, there's some areas where you can get some free heals, so take advantage of them if you can. And we're going to be heading over there where that terminal is. Right over there. Can't really go there yet. We need to activate that switch that we saw once we first got here. And there she goes again, interrupting us. Just whenever we can access that computer terminal, which is pretty much a hint that we're going to need to go over there. So we shall do so. Just need to clear out a couple of rooms. Some more rag rappies. You can just shoot them. And the faint. That one's going to be running away. This one will stay still. Usually if you're close to them, they'll just sit there and take a beating. They're kind of stupid. But kind of fun to hit too. So, if you have any anger management issues, just get close to them and then start wailing on them. Once you step away, they will run. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and grab those items. Not really a lot of stuff here. Got an armor that is slightly better than a frame. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this switch since it will save us some time. And of course we're also getting exhausted. Just trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. Come back here, there's some items. Moon atomizer, those are really useful. They pretty much will revive a party member. So those are nice to have. And of course we got some mosquitoes. Just trying to get out of this area. So yeah, once you activate that switch, some enemies will appear. So go ahead and take them out. Get some extra experience. Trust me, you're going to need all the experience you can get. Now we have some Boomas and Go Boomas. So like you saw, we had Boomas, Go Boomas, and Gigo Boomas. So they're just the next one up. And of course we have some wolves with Boomas. So we got these guys as well. There is a little bit of a trick. You can actually kind of stand in the doorway. I might demonstrate that in a later video. But you can actually kind of stand in the doorway if you're a ranger or a force and hit them. And they're just going to be walking around in circles and not doing anything. So pretty much like this. I'm kind of standing here and it's like they want to attack me but they can't. So it's kind of cheap but also really useful and a broken mechanic that you can get away with. The only problem is aiming, you're going to have to step into the area in order to hit them sometimes. last one. However, there is a new enemy right there, a Hilda Bear. And they also have a alternate form, which is called a Hilda Blue. They're pretty much about the same size. There's a little smaller. They are blue, and their ears are also a little smaller. And like the All Rappies, they will drop certain items that are really beneficial or useful to you. There are a couple monsters in the game that have different looks to them. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this handgun. And you will find weapons that have like a plus to them. It just means that they've been grounded on before with the grinder, but you happen to be lucky and stumble upon it after it's been grounded. But we're here at the terminal, and we're just trying to figure out what the heck's going on here on the planet. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like everything stopped working until it happened. Everything stopped at the exact same time. So, what could it be? Well, we're going to have to find out later on. And we will. Much later on. But anyways, we're pretty much done here. We're going to go ahead and end the video off now. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, we're going to be doing some more quests. And then we will be exploring the areas more and getting further and further into this game and areas. So until then, see you guys next time, and bye for now.